Okay, so hello everyone. In the previous discussion video, we presented the frequency distribution of a categorical data. So we have to study now another approach in tabulating forms of data wherein we have to consider now the numerical data. So numerical data or data can be presented either on a tabular or a graphical form. So in this specific discussion video, the manner of organizing and displaying such a form will be our main objective. So if you could see, we have here frequency distribution of numerical data. So numerical data are usually presented in non-overlapping classes or specific intervals. If you have already uh, uh, been through your Gen Math subject in senior high school, then you are already familiar with this one. So we have classes, we have the term classes, you have also the term intervals. They are arranged from the largest class of observation to the smallest possible nga, nga value. So they are arranged halin sa largest nga value panaog sa pinakagamay niya nga value. However, while group data allow certain patterns about the data to emerge, ang iban nga mga information on individual considerations are consequently lost. But silingon, dumiara kita ang gakalipat or wala naton gaka-notice ng mga data. So the class width or your class size. So that is the length of the interval. Ano ka layo ang interval na gina-consider naton for the specific na value. Anyways, do not worry about sa sine because we will have to show this and present this more through an example later on para mas hapos ninyo maintindihan. So, the classes should preferably be of the same size. Dapat pares-pares kadlag ko. Okay, para mas aton nga pag-cluster sa aton nga classes. So, the number of classes may be determined by your data manager. So, ang number of classes are usually arranged from 5 to 20 or any possible there ang range which is computed using the specific na formula. So ano ang mga formula usually ang gina-consider naton. So kung wala man naka-plus star, so usually ang ginagamit naton for the number of classes na formula. Okay, kung wala naka-plus star sa problem, so that is formula nga ginagamit for the number of classes. So we have this is equal to your square root of your population or your sample size. So square root of the population or sample size or sample size. We have also another approach to solve for the classes, and that is your Sturge's formula. Wherein your number of classes is determined by a specific formula. So we have number of classes, which is equal to 1 plus your 3.32 log of a specific nga population. Okay, so 1 plus 3.32 log of a specific population or a specific nga sample size. So, we have also to identify sa aton nga class width. Ano siya kadamo or ano dako ang interval naton. So, to calculate sa aton nga class width sa aton nga tabulation, so the difference between the largest and ang aton nga smallest observation sa aton nga dataset is computed kag dayon gina-divide na siya naton sa aton nga desired number of classes. So the quotient is rounded to a possible nga convenient number. So that means ang imong formula for a specific nga class width, so approximation lang na siya, approximated nga class width So that is equal to class width. So that is equal to, so largest nga value of observation minus your smallest nga value divided by the number of classes. So, muna siya nga ito yung approximate nga class width nga consideration. So, kung tantuwa naton later on sa ating graph, may ara kita ginatawag na left and right endpoints of a specific nga class. Left and right nga endpoint of a specific nga class. And they are referred to, syempre, as your lower limit kag ang aton nga upper limit respectively. Any nga convenient number which is less than or equal to the smallest value sa aton nga dataset may be chosen as a lower limit of a first nga class. So, the class mark or ang aton nga midpoint, so just take note lang of the term. So, we have your midpoint or your class mark or class mark. That is referring to the average sa ating nga lower kag upper limit of a class. But silingon, so since we are considering about a midpoint, i-add ta lang aton lower limit kag ang aton upper limit divided by 2. So that is your lower limit plus your upper limit, then divide na siya by 2. This is now your midpoint. Since we are considering midpoint, so amo lang gina-divide na lang by 2. So another term na pwede ninyo ma-encounter when talking about frequency distribution is ang term na ginatawag natin as class boundary. So ano ang class boundary? So the class boundary is the midpoint sa aton nga upper limit of one class and the lower limit of the next class. But silingon, halin sa specific na class. So pakita ta lang siya karon, pero amo na siya. So sa tunga-tunga sang lower limit sang next nga class kag sang upper limit sang isa pa liwat ka class. So note that the specific nga class width is the difference of the class boundaries of a specific na class. So plus star ko siya dugay-dugay through an example para mas klaro kag mas ma-plus star sa inyo. So the class limit of a succeeding nga classes are determined syempre by adding sa ating nga class width to your specific nga lower limits ug upper limits. So but silingon ang ma-determine sa aton nga next naman nga class limit is your class width. So ang class width nimo amo nang i-add nimo sa imo nga lower kag upper limit. So okay, so for example, suppose may ara kita tatlo ka consecutive classes. For example lang ha, we have for example 16 to 20, we have 21 to 25, and we have your 26 to 30. So, for example, amo ni aton nga class, ang aton nga consecutive classes. So para sa aton nga class 21 to 25, so para sa diri ha 21 to 25, imong upper limits ang imong lower limit kag upper limit is 21 ang lower, 25 ang upper limit. Same man with ang sini. So and the class mark naton diri is, so kung maghamba ka class mark, i-add mo lang ni ang duwa 21 plus 25 divided by dayon by 2. That is equal to 23. Amo nang imo nga class mark. So then another term is hamba ko kagina, we have your class boundary. The class boundary are, so are, ang upper limit sini, ang lower limit sang next nga class, i-add mo divided by 2. So that is your class boundary. So that is 20 plus 21 divided by 2, which is equal to 20.5. Next, we have another class boundary. Kami bag-o naman tadi. But sige may class boundary ka di, may class boundary ka man di. So, another class boundary is, we will have your, so 25 plus 26 all over 2. Okay, that is 25.5. So, the class width is determined sang sini nga value. Your class width is, ang value is subtract mo ni, so 25.5, okay, 25.5 minus 20.5. So this is your class width. So this is equal to your 25.5 minus 20.5. This is equal to 5. This is your class width. So, medyo na plus start na ang aton nga mga specific na value. Liwat, your upper and lower limits nakadepende sa mga class limit. So, ari siya. This is your lower para sa sini. This is your upper. This is your lower. This is your upper. This is your lower. This is your upper. Next is your class mark. Ginaad ang lower kag upper divided by 2. Next, we have your class boundary. Class boundary, ang between sini. So, sa kada class. Sa tunga-tunga nila duwa. Upper dari, lower dari, add mo, divided by 2. Then, class width. So, kung may ara kadara sang pila ka value. So, for example, duwa lang yung may consider, then i-minus mo lang sila duwa. So, 25.5 minus 20.5. Okay, so, ang frequency distribution sang numerical data, take note lang that it displays ang tanan-tanan nga distinct classes. At the same time, ang mga number of elements or observation nga na-belong syempre sa ina nga specific na class. It is constructed in such a way that the frequency nga paris-parius siya sa frequency distribution sa ating categorical data. So, parius lang ang pag-plus star at the same time, ang mga solving is also the same. Magluwas lang sa lain lang ang imo nga class limit of consideration. Okay, so example, so we have to construct a frequency distribution table for the data nga nabutang dire. So we have sang sini mga data nga na plus star dire. So, and it is mentioned nga dapat ang aton nga consider is kita dapat 8 classes. So, dire, na-identify na daan ang number of classes, so hindi ito na kinangalan magsuma. So, we have to consider 8 classes. So, but siningon, kinahanglan danay naton magsuma sa aton nga approximate nga class width. Take note lang, hambal naton ang approximate class width, we have a formula, largest minus the smallest, divided by the number of classes. So, tanawon ta, diin ang aton nga pinaka-highest nga possible value. So, pinakataas ta is 44. Then, ang aton nga lowest possible nga value is, or ang lowest nga value nga na-tabulate diri is 8. So, we have 44 and we have 8. So, ang aton nga approximate nga class width, so class width is equal to 44 minus 8 divided by, so 8 tanang ka classes ang kinahanglan i-consider. So, that is equal to, okay, 44 minus 8 divided by 8. This is equal to 4.5. So, this is 4.5. So, mabudlay sa ato medyo mabudlayan ta kung i-plus star ta siya sa amo nga form nga may decimal point kita, pero in fact pwede gid siya, pero masapos na lang if we approximate this into 5 na lang para masapos sa aton magbutang sa aton nga lower kag upper limit. Okay, so we have, so ang aton nga class mark, kung gusto ta siya i-identify, so we will have, pwede naton gamiton liwat ang aton nga specific na formula. So same man Japon. So and then base sini nga mga formula, pwede ta identify aton class mark, pwede ta man i-solve ang aton nga class boundary. Anyways, na plus star ko na didaan ang table kay para hindi ta mabudlayan. So, hindi na ta mag-take time pa to draw sa aton nga table. So, based dere, so, okay, so, if you would like to review kag kamo mismo matali or magbutang sini, so, mas okay, good. But, I have already some data kung pila ni sila tanan kabilog, kung i plus star ta sila. So, we have for the specific nga class width, na-solve ta naman, and we will use 5 ang balta. So, but silingon, this is tanan-tanan a day, this is 5. Okay, so 5 ang aton nga class width. Then we have your class mark. So humbal naton ang class mark is i-add ta lang. So 40 plus 44 divided by 2, that is 42. So 35 plus 39 divided by 2, that is 37. So we have this is 32. So pwede lang ma-minus ka lang the 5. So that is 27. This is 22. This is 17. This is 12. And this is 7. Okay, so ano naman ya ang class boundary? I have already presented an example here. So, ang aton nga class boundary is, so, dere, since we have your, so your lower nga value, kag ang upper sa next, that is 40 plus 39 divided by 2, that is 39.5. And ma-extend kita another 0.5 pa saka sa 44. So, same na siya with this one. So, dari nga value. So, that is, so sa sini, we have 34 and we have your 35. So, that is 34.5. Extend ka hasta to less than, okay, add ka 0.5 sa 39. So, that is 39.5. Okay, same man dari. So, we will have your okay, so this is 29.5. Buhin ka 0.5 de, add ka 0.5 sa punta. So we have your 34.5. Next, dari, so we will have your 24.5 and we will have your 29.5. So, this is 19.5 to less than 24.5. This is 14.5 to less than 19.5. Next, we have 9.5 to 14.5, and we have 4.5 to less than 9.5. Okay, so muna siya ang aton nga class boundaries. Next, kung i-talawon ninyo diri, you could do your own tally. Kung parehas kita na butang nga tally diri. But, okay, so hindi na ko detalye agad. But this is, kung itali, tani siya, this is 2. So, we have diri, this is 5. Next, we have 7. Then, we have 9. We have another 9. And then, we have 6. We have 6. And we have 1. So, the frequency naton, so F is, we have 2. So, this is 2. So, this is 5. This is 7. This is 9, 9, 6, 6, and 1. So, check, pwede gid i-check kung ang imong total number is equal to 45. Okay, so n dapat is equal to 45. So, ang mulang na siya kung mag-plus tayo kita sa aton nga frequency distribution sa specific nga table. So, okay. Next, another term related to this. So, may say man Japon sa mga values na kinpang solve natin kagina. So, mga values nga naging consider man nato. So, we have okay? So, we still have your relative frequency and percentage distribution sa aton ng mga numerical data. Hindi na siya Japon madula sa ating frequency distribution. So, that means we have to add here some specific na value. So, we have your sige, so madugang kita sang aton nga values dere. So we have your relative frequency and we have your percentage distribution sa ating numerical data. Still the same man Japon ang formula nga gamiton, that is just Fi all over n. So we have okay, so relative frequency Fi all over n. So this is relative frequency ha. So that is 2 all over 50 or 2 all over 45 I mean. So that is 2 all over 45. So that is 0.4. So that is 0.04. Okay, so next, we have, so butang ko na lang. So pwede ka mo makasolve kung gusto nyo. That is 5 all over 45, that is 0.11. 7 all over 45, that is 0.15. 9 all over 45, that is 0.2. This is 0.2 man. 6 all over 45 is 0.14. This is 0.14. 1 all over 45 is 0.02. So, ini dapat nga value should add up to 1. Check ka lang kay basta isa lang ako nga pagsuma. So, we have 0.04 plus 0.11 plus 0.15 plus 0.2 plus 0.2 plus 0.14 plus 0.14 plus 0.02. That is equal to 1. So, kung ang ato naman nga percentage distribution or percentage value ang kinahanglan i-consider, so multiply ito na by 100. This is 4%. So, that is Fi all over n times 100%. So, this is 4%. This is 11%. This is 15%. This is 20%. This is 20%. This is ang 14% ang duwa. And this is 2%. So, monitor na natin nga value. This will sum up man Japon sa 100 kay nasumata na kagina nga that is equal to 1. So, that is your specific nga frequency distribution given kita sa numerical data. Okay, so but take note, may ara kita another approach of frequency distribution. Kaya amo na ang ginatawag natin nga cumulative frequency distribution. So we have your cumulative nga frequency distribution. So may ara na siya may ara man sang ordinary lang nga cumulative, may ara sang greater than nga cumulative kag less than pagid nga cumulative frequency distribution. So all of those i-discuss natin in the next discussion video.